Hi, you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I'm actually in Vienna right now. So we have a house in Vienna as well. And I'm in my home office right now. It's a little bit dark outside because the weather hasn't been so nice, but I set up lighting and I think this works. I know the setup is a little different than what I do usually, but you probably clicked on this video because you want me to get right into it. So let's get right into it, right? I'm going to talk to you guys about it today. And essentially, I want to give you guys the gist. I'm not going to talk that much about it, but I'm going to share with you guys right now in 2021, the 12 best websites that you can make money online. And I hope that this list will be super helpful for you guys. I actually did a TikTok on that like a little while ago, and it was one of my most popular TikTok because I feel like with COVID and everything going on, most people that want to start making money online and want to maybe build up a side income or want to grow their existing online business or their offline business to get online, clients or anything like that, they don't know where to start, right? They don't know kind of like where to go. And so I wanted to give you guys really quick summaries. Otherwise, this video would be like 2 or 3 hours long. And who would want to watch a 2 or 3 hour video? By the way, if you ever would, let me know so I can I know if you're the kind of person following my channel who would. But anyways, so I wanted to record this to share with you guys the 12 best websites in 2021 that are live, working, all this kind of stuff where there's a lot of business being made, a lot of money being made. And just so you know, as a disclaimer, because I know some of you guys will have these questions, does this work in my country, right? Does this only work in the US, right? Because most of these websites, I shouldn't say most of them, actually not all of them at all. Okay, but like a lot of those websites, they originated in America, the ideas originated in America, that kind of stuff. And so that's why usually they're mostly based, I would say, a third of them for US customers. However, I want to say, and this is really important, if you're listening to this video right now, and like I said, you can use about 70% of the websites to make money just from your computer, right? You don't have to be in the US to make money from those websites, to use the websites, to sign up for them or anything like that. So that's really important to know. And also, if you do see websites where I do say, hey, this is just working in America because X, Y, and Z, then please know that I've already found, and I talked to quite a few people where there is an equivalent website or platform in your specific country. So what I would love for you guys to do is to help each other out, help us out in the community, help out fellow people. So if you're seeing this video and you are listening to a website then, and you're like, hey, they have that in my country actually, but it's not called that, it's called this, right? And then be sure to drop a comment down below with the name of that website and kind of like say in which country you're from. And I think this is really important so we can really collect a huge list and help everyone out, because YouTube is an international platform. You're watching from probably some, other place in the world than me, or maybe from the same place. And so I just want to make sure this is really, really helpful to people. So now I'm going to get into it. But before I'm going to get into it as well, I would love for you guys to just, hit that subscribe button if you love this kind of content, to kind of let me know if you enjoyed this kind of content for me too. Show me those likes because it helps up drive this video up in YouTube algorithm, which I think if you've been watching my videos, or if you know how essentially like SEO works anyways. And then thank you so much for watching. Let's get into it. I'm going to take you guys actually away from my face and show you guys my screen. And then I'm going to do just a voiceover to really kind of like give you guys a more interactive view of the different websites. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Okay, you guys. So the first website that you can easily make money online, like pretty much the epitome of like what you imagine that you want to make money working, from your couch maybe, or even from your bed while still wearing your PJs and having a nice cup of coffee or hot chocolate or whatever in your hand, is the freelance website Fiverr. Now, I have quite a few videos on my channel that I've recorded on Fiverr, because Fiverr is essentially how I started out figuring out how to legitimately and for reals, make money online from my computer and just with my Wi-Fi. And so essentially, like if you have any kind of skills, it's really amazing because you can pretty much offer all kinds of sorts of skills. And if you're curious on essentially how to really get started on Fiverr and what the quickest ways, or what are the specific steps, right? When you're asking me, Cornelia, what are the specific steps that you can go towards replacing your regular job income right now that you're having from your job with freelancing as your own boss on Fiverr within the next 90 days, then I do have a step-by-step sort of downloadable guide that you can check check out and download yourself and get your free copy of, and I'm going to link it in the description section of this video. However, Fiverr has become quite big, and companies, as you can see, such as Netflix, Google, and so on Facebook, trusts Fiverr and has hired from them. And it's essentially like really a site for freelancers. So whatever kind of service that you can do, if you can click on it, you can just really check it out. Go on fiverr.com and like make yourself familiar with it if you don't know it yet. So if you are an actor maybe, or an artist who's creating, music, you can offer voiceover services, and you can offer logo design if you're a designer, social media, if you're cool with video editing, if you love to draw, paint, if you speak several languages, data entry, if you love all this kind of stuff. So essentially the things that you can offer based on your experience, maybe professionally, or even your skill sets or stuff or hobbies that you love, to do, like I said, to draw and you're really great at, you will find people are just essentially making money from that by offering these skills that they have on Fiverr. And so people will purchase from them based on their specific set of skill sets. The next one is a similar one. The next one is also, and this is like my account right now, I'm gonna log out of it, but like I'm essentially like, of course, hiring as well on Upwork. And so Upwork is another site, or I'm hiring on Fiverr too, I should say. It's another marketplace that's really awesome, that if you want to be a freelancer per se, or you're just essentially maybe starting out, you can essentially find not only hire freelancers, right? But you also, of course, can post everything that you're good at, skill sets that you have. And if you shows you trending skills as well, you can see it's just so insane how many skill sets or how many things people are looking for. And Upwork and Fiverr work, it doesn't matter where you are right now. You can be literally on an island as long as you have a strong Wi-Fi in Thailand, or you can be, in London or the US or whatever it is, and you can essentially offer your services on Upwork. And it's a great way as well to kind of really get into a habit and understanding and knowing how to take control over essentially the income that you're generating as a freelancer by making money also online as your own boss. And Upwork will charge about 20% commission from the first $500 that you're making by someone hiring you right on Upwork. So you can either get hired hourly, or you can hire by project based, whatever it might be. I would say familiarize yourself with this as well. I'm not getting too deep into the different like platforms here in this one video, just because, like I said, I don't want to make it like 2 or 3 hours long. And I just wanted to give you sort of like more, use it as an inspirational momentum idea to kind of like really get started and know, hey, this might be the next step I have to take. Now I'm going to dig deep, right, and go down a rabbit hole and figure out what this, for instance, one website is all about, right? Like I said, the first $500 you make on that platform, they take 20% commission because, they're bringing you the traffic and the clients already there and that kind of stuff. And then from 500, I believe, to it's $1,000. The last time I checked, they take 10% commission, I want to say. And then up until like after anything after from $500 to $10,000, they take 10% commission, and everything after $10,000 that you made, they take 5% commission. So it's kind of like really worth it, right? And especially, like I said, you don't have to go out and kind of find clients. They have the clients there. You just need to know how to really kind of essentially write a good resume of what you're all about and your skills and that kind of stuff. So let me close out those sites as we're moving through them. The next one is amazing if you are an artist or a creator of any kind. There's so many also friends that I have that are actually, stay-at-home moms that have cool gifts and, ideas, creative ideas that they are utilizing in order to sell stuff on Etsy, and created a whole really cool momentous, is that a word, business around their craft, right? So it's really an arts and crafts kind of like websites. You can really make amazing money and create an amazing brand out of Etsy. The thing about Etsy is that it supports independent sellers, meaning that you kind of resell stuff, right? So it's not kind of like a drop shipping website or anything like that. Etsy really wants to support artists and people who are kind of creating cool stuff. So that's what it's about. So if you're creating jewelry, if you are a craftsman when it comes to leather, for instance, I find so many cool unique gifts on there that people love. I also purchased my husband the coolest travel, what is it called again? Travel like kit where you put your shampoos in there, a toiletry bag, and for my husband on there, scarves, jewelry, dresses, furniture, decorations, kid stuff. I purchased for my son a cool Montessori kind of of like style climbing gym off of Etsy that a cool family was kind of like really making on a order by order basis out in Montana. Whatever you have, right? If you love making shirts or lotions, potions, all this kind of stuff, check it out. If you really like thinking right now about something, hey, yeah, I'm really loving this. I'm really, this is like a craft that I've been practicing for years. This is the place for you to go to really build up your own little shop, your brand. And it's just an awesome way to get exposure and to start selling and making money online. The next one is TaskRabbit. And that's actually a very interesting site because I wanted to give you guys a little stats before we get into this. So essentially, according to one study, more than 50% of the US population will either be gig economy workers or have worked independently at some point. So, you can tell already from like Fiverr and Upwork too that those gig websites, right, where you can offer just like your skills to kind of get one project done at a time, are very, very, very popular. And so TaskRabbit is essentially also that. Like you want to get one job done at a time, or one gig, one like job gig, so to speak. The difference is that this one is an in-person site, like a location site. And it actually is currently, as I'm recording this video, only available in the US and UK and Canada. But it's really easy to join. You just need to register online, and then they would really check your contact details. They do a successful background check. And, if it's obviously successful, then you have an onboarding session in your city. And then once you've completed this and downloaded the app, you can pretty much like just search for gigs that people need support for. If they, need someone maybe to help them move or whatever it is, it's really fascinating. Or, a bartender for some sort of party, then you can check that out and you can just like really make money for that as well. So essentially ThreadUp, many of those of you who know it, right, already who are into fashion, maybe it's just like an online consignment store, a thrift store, right? So you can essentially make money, for your closet or your wallet. And also it's good for the planet as, clothes will be quote unquote recycled. So this is like a really, really cool, site if you are into fashion and in some form or another you are into thrifting. It's just a great way to kind of like open yourself an account online and just sell the clothes that you have. And while we're at clothes, if you're really into fashion, because I didn't add this to my list and I cannot believe that I forgot about it, it's another one is POSHMARK, right? So POSHMARK is a huge kind of like app, as well as really popular among people who are really into fashion. And you can sell and really kind of create really successful seller accounts, right? And it's sort of like mostly for people who are selling pre-owned clothing, just so you know. So it's not like on Etsy where you have to kind of create fresh clothes, but you want to create new products most of the time. Yes, there's some vintage ones that are being sold on Etsy, but most of the time new products, and it's not focused on clothes, right, or fashion, so to speak. But then with ThreadUp and with POSHMARK, it's completely focused on just purely clothes, maybe with some accessory, right, like bags or hats or whatever it is, as you can see from the model right here in the banner image. But so if this is something like that you're really loving, you should definitely check it out. And actually my friend as well, a British posher, she has a great informational Instagram account on kind of just becoming a seller and making money online, selling your clothes or selling pre-owned clothing in general. And so I'm going to link it down in the description section down below. You can check it out. I'll also link our podcast interview that we did a little while ago. So if you want to get into this industry, you gotta like listen to it. It's amazing with all the resources. The next one is Swap, and of course I didn't mention it at first together with ThreadUp and POSHMARK because it's not as, I would say, popular, and it's a different kind of like style. It's more, as you can tell, maybe laid back style. It's not like trending items that much from what I know and what I heard, but it's also like another site that's really popular. Even though I did hear that when people are making, or the kind of people that are making really, really good money from that, and even replacing their regular job income with this kind of side hustle, are usually the ones that are on POSHMARK. Okay, so Gazelle is another interesting like hack or gig of what you can do to kind of like figure out how to make some money just online for this software or for this website. So essentially you can just sell phones and other kind of like specific like devices that you don't need anymore, and then they will of course refurbish it, and then they kind of sell it off again, and you're getting a certain kind of money, of course, for selling them or trading in sometimes as well for cash your smartphones and other devices. The another one is CardMarket. That's actually Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. And I'm not going to say that much about it. I just know from a friend like who's hugely into kind of card games and is a huge collector of all kinds of different games, which I think you really have to be into this world. then he was saying there's huge markets for that online, right? Huge communities, very niche communities, but big communities online for that, where you can successfully make money from trading cards as well. So in Europe, it's called card market. If you know something equivalent in America, or if you're in Australia, whatever not, like do drop a comment down below for our community. The next one is OFFERUP. So OFFERUP is essentially if you are wanting to sell something or buy something locally, right? It's essentially like a marketplace. And I would say it's definitely more curated, much cleaner than, for instance, like Craigslist. If you're familiar with that in the US, they kind of took it to a whole other level. You just have to look your way through it. I remember the same goes for Neighbor. So neighbor.com is another one, you know, and you can just like, this one is interesting as well because you can essentially like also rent out all kinds of tools and random stuff, right? And your car and your motorcycle and that kind of stuff. On OFFERUP, from what I know, it's mainly like, I would say items, like especially when people are moving or, you know, that kind of stuff. Or even I know a friend who is refurbishing furniture that they find on when they go to storage units, closeout sales, and they find old furniture there and refurbish it. They even can sell it on OFFERUP. So lots of amazing opportunities if you're creative, you know, and you're like, especially maybe interior design and, you know, that kind of stuff, then these sites are very interesting. For Neighbor, there's always something like that you can, you know, you can always make money like all the time, which is like just something that it's out there. And I really, really want to kind of convey this a lot more with this video and with my overall channel as well, is that if you just kind of like more proactive, which you are by listening to this video, but you just realize then, and you're getting the information, you start realizing how much money sort of there is around you that you can pretty much create at any time whenever you need to, right? So just so you know, so definitely check it out, those two sites as well. They're local more to the US, but still a great way to make money. Next one is of course Amazon. Amazon is the number one literally online store and is visited by millions of potential buyers every single month. And it's just the wealth it kind of connects, right? Or collects is pretty crazy. And you can have essentially a part in that, right? There's so many ways that you can make money on Amazon nowadays that you can utilize. It's pretty kind of overwhelming at first, but it just also offers you lots of opportunities. So you can make it for selling products, affiliate links, drop shipping, selling books on there if you're writing them, you know, offering private services, all this kind of stuff, right? So there's merch by Amazon, fulfillment by Amazon, which is FBA. You can join Amazon Affiliate Network. You can drop ship with FBM. There's the Kindle ebooks, like I said, the Amazon Mechanical Turk, and you can sell also apps on Amazon. So the possibilities are simply endless. So knock yourself out and check it out if Amazon is calling your name. Now, we're almost at 12, but I wanted to give you guys, as you can tell from my screen, maybe a couple of bonuses, because when I did the research for this video, I found a couple more or a few more sites that are really cool that I didn't know about some of them, but I wanted to add them like just in case. And also some are maybe a little bit more advanced, but then also the return that you can make on an investment is so much bigger too. So I did want to really kind of like give you guys like lots of options. So after this video, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, I know exactly what I can do to get, you know, to the next stage in my life or my business or whatever it is. So the next platform that I wanted to introduce you guys, if you don't know it, it's actually not that, I would say, maybe known to most people, unless you're an artist and a photographer and art lover of prints and all this kind of stuff. So essentially what you can do there as an artist, right? If you're an artist of any kind or a photographer of any kind, or like I said, an art lover, collective prints or whatever, you can buy and sell pictures as custom made art and design products on MyPic. So that's really powerful. And you know, all the images that you are selling, you earn up to a 20% commission. And of course, there's some big clients or companies buying and searching for art in general on MyPic as well. So it's something that's really interesting for you if you fall into this kind of category where you can just really become your own boss. Let's talk about THREDUP. THREDUP is interesting because it's just a unique platform that really lets you rent your belongings to those who need it, right? For the price that you want to. So it's not like we saw before on neighbor.com, where you most of the time you can rent it too, but you sell it also. So THREDUP is really focused on just renting it. Their whole focus is that things shouldn't just be sitting around, right? Sort of like that. And that also renting stuff can be more sustainable. So they have like the sustainability center and the sustainability focus and effort. So some something that's definitely very interesting and cool. And most of the time people, like you can see, can really make money from it right away. Like if you have, you know, a camera equipment around, you have a bicycle, maybe a drone, that kind of stuff. We rented something as well when we needed to get like a drone footage done, but I didn't necessarily want to go out and buy one. So here it just gives you some ideas of the kind of sometimes unique things that people are looking for to just rent for like one-time things, but that can make you money. And if you just have your, I don't know, your guitar or something like that most of the time sitting in your room, and it's not sort of like quote unquote making you money, that's a cool thing too. Is if you look around your room right now, you would be amazed at what kind of things can make you money right away. The next one is CLICKBANK, and CLICKBANK of course is very interesting because CLICKBANK has existing courses, programs, and that kind of stuff from other people who created them, so from creators, right? And it's essentially, it has 6 million products on there from like 200 million customers worldwide, and it has affiliate program, right? So you're essentially like you're checking out and you're promoting, in other words, a product out there that you feel like you can relate to and that you feel like you can promote on social media or whatever not, and you would make a percentage of that. Or you can create a whole site about it, you can incorporate it in your blog if you have one, and that kind of stuff. So ClickBank is really like a huge marketplace, and you can earn up to 75% commission of some of the online and digital products that are sold on there. And it's also known as being very, very reliable. So if affiliate marketing is something that's really of interest to you, definitely give ClickBank a go. It's like the go-to site at first, just because the percentage of payout is so high from what you can make there, as opposed to, for instance, if you would want to start at Amazon, where the percentage that you would be getting paid on Amazon for referring some, you know, book or whatever is like tiny a fraction of what you could be making from referring some products on ClickBank. Share Still is also like the one of the biggest and most comprehensive kind of affiliate sites that are out there. So they're kind of like, maybe I can call them like a broker, right? So essentially like they are the middleman between companies that are looking for affiliates to help them spread the word about the products, whatever they're having about their brand, and then how much they are willing to pay out. And so Share Still, and then also, you know, affiliates or people who are looking to make money without wanting to create a product themselves, but they just want to advertise something that they maybe already be buying and that kind of stuff. And so Share Sale is bringing them all together, is keeping track of everything, as you can see here. And it's a very innovative way, but also a very simple and straightforward way to keep track of all the companies that you're promoting. And you can kind of apply to a variety of companies. And after you accept it, you know, and you accept the terms and conditions as well, you can start promoting them, and then you make money from them as well. Now, another one is Udemy. Most of you guys might know Udemy. Udemy is definitely a site where you can just, yeah, like it says there, sharpen your skills. It has a broad selection of courses of all kinds of different subject matters. And so the way you make money, or you would make money on Udemy, is by creating an online course. If you have a background, or you have worked in some kind of profession, or you're a hobbyist who's very, very good at some sort of skill, right? You can create a sort of like, most of the time, a mini course around that, and you can sell that or put it on Udemy, or request that it being put on Udemy, and then you essentially get also a percentage of that. So just another great way, or another thought for you to maybe like make money with your knowledge. So something that you already know. And then Redbubble is cool for artists as well, especially designers, I would say, because you essentially can sell your designs. And as you can tell right now here, Redbubble would market them in a variety of ways, you know, if it's maybe one pieces, stickers, whatever not. And I know that they're constantly looking for cool new designs and graphics and whatever not. So you can make yourself a big name if you're into that. And like I said, the sky is the limit here as well. So Validity is actually one of the genuine online money earning sites, right? Meaning that you don't have to ship something out, like maybe in Poshmark, like your used clothing, or, you know, you don't have to actually go to a location to make that money. So if you really just kind of like wanting to stick in bed as well and just make money just purely from A to C online, then Validity is the way to go. So essentially you will be asked to complete a number of tasks, then you speak your ideas and opinions out loud and answer a few questions and reference your opinion to a website or a specific app, right? So it's just doing tests on a daily basis, and not everyone would match the criteria, right, for taking those tests to evaluate, for instance, a company or an app or you know, a product. That's definitely something that's important to know, but you have a good way of making some some money, I would say, on the side. Of course, you know, the kind of amount of money you could be making isn't as big, I would say, as, you know, some of the other examples that I gave you. But if you're looking for maybe a more non-romantic way, or just a very like neutral way, so to speak, to make some money online, then you maybe want to check out Validately as well. Okay, I hope I gave you guys a ton of ideas. Now let's cut to my face again. Okay, you guys, oh my gosh, who is still with me? That was quite the list, right? So we got like 12 different ways and websites that you can go on that will make you money online, right? So if you've been wondering, how can I make money online? What kind of websites can I use to make money online? You totally do probably have a list of, you know, websites to go to right now. And I'd love to know from you, maybe which websites resonated with you the most. Which one do you feel like called to like kind of check out the most right after this video, and kind of like just kind of get started, right? So let me know down in the comments. Let me know if this was helpful, if you want to see similar comment like this. I thank you so much again for watching, and I catch you guys in the next video. Bye.